Okay, so welcome. Happy Thursday. We're back for another week of yoga. We have 60 minutes together as usual. And just a reminder, at the end of class, I will stop. Can you hear me okay? No? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. Okay, so just a reminder, at the end of class, I will stop the recording at the time that we enter our relaxation so that you can take as long of a relaxation period as you'd like. Can be 5 or 10 breaths, can be 5 or 10 minutes, can be, you can go to sleep for the night if you want to, you can just hop right into bed and go off to sleep. So whatever works for you. But tonight's class theme is hips don't lie. So we're going to do a very much hip focused class tonight. There will be hip strength and hip stretch, as well as plenty of other things mixed in, but we'll be really focusing on the hips tonight, energetically, emotionally, physically, all of the things. So let's start in a seated position tonight. Let's come into a comfortable seat, a nice, tall, strong seat for meditation. We'll just ground in for a couple of moments before our movement practice starts. You can sit any way that you're comfortable, even with your back up against a wall. If you feel tired from the day, sit in a cross-legged Sukhasana, easy seat, or any other way that works for you. Rest your hands on your lap or somewhere comfortable, and close down your eyes. Take a few moments just settling in. Feel free to move and wiggle around if you need to adjust and get a little more comfortable. And then make sure that you're sitting nice and tall through your spine. Nice and open through your heart, soft in your belly. Creating lots of space in the body for your breath to move freely, for life, force energy, for consciousness to move freely through your body. For a lot of us, most of the day we sit with a rounded spine, head and shoulders forward while we're at the keyboard or typing on the phone or driving in the car, whatever we're doing. We spend a lot of time in that slouched position. And in that position, it's really hard for breath to move, at least a big, deep breath. It's really challenging to get breath flowing through the body, to get consciousness and energy moving. So sitting up tall, creating lots of space for the breath, for energy, and noticing how just sitting in this way, sitting up a little taller, sends some signals from the body to the mind that, hey, I'm here, I'm present, I'm awake and alert, I'm ready. Ready for my practice to begin. Ready to arrive fully in this moment. And with all this spaciousness that you've created in the body, go ahead and allow your breath to flow a little bit more deeply, a little bit more slowly, a little bit more fully, in and out through the nose as much as you can. I know it's springtime, it's allergy season, everything's blooming, but as much as you can, breathing through the nose, keeping the face and the jaw soft. Breathing really deeply without strain. No strain in the breath. However you're sitting, I want you to find the points of contact between your body and the earth below you, your body and your yoga mat, whatever surface that you're sitting on. With your awareness, just find every single contact point that you can between your body and the ground below. So bringing your awareness down into your feet, into your hips, whatever parts of the legs are touching the floor. Starting to feel really connected to the earth. Instead of just sitting normally, naturally as you are, start to create sort of a pressing down into the earth. All of those points of contact that you found, see if you can press them a little bit more firmly without too much effort. Just press them a little bit more firmly into the ground below. Your feet, your legs, your hips. Visualizing this connection between your body and the earth. The earth, this big astral being, this big astral body floating through the universe and floating around the sun. There's all this gravity connecting your body to the earth, making sure you don't start to float away. So feeling that gravity, feeling that magnetic pull, feeling the transfer of energy that's happening in all moments, keeping you grounded, keeping you on the earth. But there's also energy sending upwards from the earth, this body that its core is literally on fire, sending all this energy up through the earth into your body. So there's a pull downward and a sending upward, all happening at the same time. See if you can connect to that, see if you can feel it. I know it's hard to sort of visualize, hard to imagine, but see if you can feel it. See if you can call some kind of picture of this energy transfer into your mind. So lots of awareness in the lower body here, lots of awareness in your legs, your hips, your feet, grounding down into the earth. The legs, the hips especially, are one place in the body that gets really tight for a lot of us, really sore, really stiff, really tense. And because we know that the physical body is not separate from the emotional body, the physical body, the thoughts, the emotions, we're one connected being, right? So our emotions moving through our bodies end up sometimes kind of stored in different places in our bodies. And one of those places is often the hips. So of course, your emotions aren't really happening in your hips, but sometimes they just kind of get stuck and get stagnant there. So in our hip focused class today, as we move from poses to stretches to sort of exercises focused on the hips, you may or may not feel emotions arise. You might not feel anything like that today, but you may experience some kind of emotion or emotions come up for you. And if you do, just like everything else, just like our meditation and everything else we do, just become aware of it. Just notice it. Try not to judge it. Try not to change it or fix it or make it go away. Just notice. Become aware. So let's take another big cleansing breath here with all of the awareness in the hips. Big breath in through your nose. And then open up your mouth wide and exhale with a sigh. Feel your whole body soften just a little bit. You can go ahead and start to open up your eyes. We're going to roll the head in 5 circles one direction. And then 5 the other. Go really nice and slow here with your circles. These can be as big or as small as you'd like. Keep breathing in and out through the nose the whole time. After you've made it 5 times around one way, we'll switch and go the other way. Keep sitting up nice and tall for the rest of the spine. Breathing still after that 5th round, bring your head back up to center. 5 times we're gonna turn the head now from side to side. So let's say 10 times total, but 5 in each direction. Twist as far as you can through the cervical spine, through the neck, till you feel some amount of stretch. Maybe even hold it for a moment on each side. Good, and finish up a 5th round. Our magic number today is 5. We're gonna do 5 of just about everything. And then come back to center. We'll do 5 shoulder rolls next. Roll the shoulders up toward the ears, back and down. Big, big circles. Get the shoulder blades gliding around on the back ribs. Breaking up tension all around the neck and the shoulders. If it feels a little crunchy here, that's a good thing. Tension is literally breaking up. We're going to switch and go forwards 5 times. Good. Keep breathing. And then we're going to go one at a time, kind of like you're swimming backstroke, right and then left, right, left. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Bring both arms up into a cactus or goalpost shape. We're going to roll 5 times here. You should hopefully get a big stretch across the chest while you roll the shoulders in this position. This is one of my favorite things to do in the middle of the workday when I've been sitting at the computer for a long time. And then let the arms come back into goalpost, settling into stillness. I want you to brace your belly, get really tight across the belly as if someone was going to tickle you. And then you're going to start this kind of washing machine movement from left to right, twisting through the whole spine and really kind of vigorously twisting. Let's go 5 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center, shake it out. All right. Wrist circles, 5 times one direction, 5 times the other direction. And then interlace your fingers, roll 5 times. 3, 4, 5, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then shake the hands out, side to side, up and down. All right, both arms go up overhead, big breath in. As you exhale, take a side bend. Let's take the left hand down, right hand overhead. Big breath in, come back to center, and then exhale to the other side. Keep both hips pressing into the mat the whole time. Inhaling to the top, exhaling to the side. Inhaling to the top, exhaling to the second side. Good. 3 more rounds. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last round, big breath in, exhale as far as you can, inhale, and exhale. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let your hands come down to your knees. If you're in a crisscross position, if you're in another seated position, find a way just to put your hands on your lap or something like this. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Normally we do cat-cow in a tabletop position on our hands and our knees. We're going to do it seated here. So as you inhale, you're going to pull the chest through the arms forward and up as high as it can go. Maybe even look up. As you exhale, round your spine, drop your head, look down toward the floor. Inhale, pull the belly and the chest forward, look up. Exhale, round your spine, drop your head, look down toward the ground. 3 more times, big breath in, arch back. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, arch. Exhale to round. 1 more time, as big as you can. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice, come back to center. You're gonna take your legs, take them out long for a second and just kind of shake them out. And then you're gonna come into a seated position with your feet wide, knees at about 90 degrees. If you look down, the feet shouldn't be too close in, shouldn't be too far out. Knees should make just perfect little corners. And then lean back on your hands. Lean back on your hands behind you, and you're going to just start to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. starting to open up into the hips. So still grounding down from our meditation. Feel your connection to the earth below. Feel that magnetic pull. Let the knees go side to side. Let the femurs, the thigh bones, start to turn in the hip joints. Okay, and then keep it going, but see if you can bring one hand up and then the other. So you're doing the same windshield wiper action with no hands. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. Sit tall. Okay, and then lean back on your hands again. We're gonna go, instead of same direction, we're gonna go opposite directions. So we're gonna take the knees out and then in. And make sure that the knees don't bump into each other in the middle. If they do, take the feet a little wider. Knees go out and in. As they go out, you really have to do some pulling out and then gently nudging in. 2 more times. Out, in, out, and in. All right, back to center. Lift up off your hands. Hands interlace in the front. We're gonna do 5 more with no hands. Out, and then in. Out, and then in. 3. Good. 2. Keep breathing. And last one. All right, back to center. Take the legs out in front of you, shake them out a little bit, and then come onto your hands and your knees, onto a tabletop position. All right, so spreading your fingers out nice and wide here. Make sure that you're not letting all the weight collapse into the wrist. That's where it doesn't feel very good. The wrists start to get a little sore. Make sure you really push down with all 10 of your fingers. All right, so we're gonna do this, what I'm gonna call knee circles here. So you're gonna start with your right knee. Put the weight into your left knee and bring your right knee up into your right armpit, as high as you can get it toward the armpit, and then all the way out to the side, back, down, and around. So that's 1 circle. We're gonna do 5. Up to the armpit, out to the side like a dog at a fire hydrant, back, down, and around. Do that 3 more times. Up, out, back, and around. Up, out, back, and around. As big as you can. Last one. Good, and then when the knees meet, we're gonna reverse directions. So same side, keep that right leg moving. It's gonna go back this time, out, forward, and down. Back, out, forward, and down. 3 more. Back, out, forward, and down. Keep breathing. Out, forward, and down. Last one. Back, out, forward, and down. Set both knees on the mat. Let's switch sides. You should really be feeling this in the hips. That's a lot of work. Left knee is going to go forward toward the left armpit, and then out to the side, way up high, out, back, down, and around. Forward, out to the side like that dog on a fire hydrant, back, down, and around. Forward, up and out, back, and around. 2 more like this. Keep breathing. Good. Last one. Forward, out, back, and down. When the knees meet, reverse. Go the other direction 5 times. Back, out, forward, and down. Back, out, forward, and down. 3 more. Back, out, forward, and down. 2 more. Keep breathing. And last one, as big as you can make it. And then set both knees down and we'll rest in child's pose. Sit back on the heels, drop your head and your chest down, and take a few relaxing breaths here. Seemingly simple movement, but a lot of work in the body. I'm guessing that you're feeling those hips really lighting up at this point. If so, good, that's what we want. And don't worry, we will stretch it out plenty later on. Take 1 more big deep breath. And then when you're ready, rise up to tabletop pose. Tuck your toes, lift your knees and your hips into your first downward facing dog. So downward facing dog is that upside down V shape that you know well by now. You can start to pedal out your feet. Giving the calves a little stretch. You can shake your head no, shake it yes. Maybe rock your hips a little bit from side to side. And then settle into stillness. Knees bent, fingers spread wide, hands really firmly pushing against the ground, hips pulling backward in space. And then even in this upside down, downward facing dog pose, I want you to feel your connection to the earth below. Same thing for our meditation. Feel your points of contact with the ground. Feel the magnetic pull of the earth. Big deep breath. And on your next breath in, look forward between your hands. A little squat back with your legs. As you exhale, you're going to take a big step with your feet to the outsides of your hands. And we're going to come into a low squat, Malasana. This is yogi squat, sitting way down low. You can adjust your feet closer or wider if needed. Toes can point forward or out to the sides. Whatever feels right in your body. And if your heels need to come up, that's okay too. If your heels need to come up, that's okay too. Even if you're used to putting your heels down for Malasana yogi squat, you can try it with the heels up and just see if it feels any different. And you can wag the tail a little bit from side to side if that feels good. Or a couple of times, you could come into a forward fold and then back down to Malasana. Waking up the backs of the legs here. Or anything else that feels good. If it feels good to sit in your Malasana and reach the arms up, you really turn on the back side of the body, or you could let the arms come down, around the spine, drop the head. Let's take another big deep breath here, whatever you're working on. And then we'll come back to downward facing dog. So plant your hands and then walk or take a couple of steps back to downward dog. All right, so remember those knee circles that we did in tabletop. We're gonna do them here in downward dog. They get a little bit more tricky since we're in just on hands and feet instead of hands and knees, but I have full confidence you can do it. Let's start with the right leg. You're gonna bring the right knee toward your chest, just like in tabletop. All the way up toward your right armpit and then out to the side, back, and then all the way around to the front, out to the side, all the way up and down. 3 more times. Make those circles as big as you possibly can in every direction. 2 more. Keep breathing. Last one. And then we switch. Go back and up, out to the side, toward your chest, and then again, up and back, out to the chest. 3 more times. Keep breathing. Make those circles as big as you possibly can. I know this is a lot of work. Hips are burning, probably both hips. Good. After that last one, kick the legs straight up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot through between your hands. Step it to the front of the mat. We're gonna rise up slowly into high lunge. Okay. Take your time. Arms can go up overhead or to your heart, whatever you need, whatever feels right for you. All right, brace the belly here. Again, like someone's gonna tickle you. Tighten up across the front of your belly so we're really nice and stable through the core. 5 times, you're gonna inhale with the arms up. As you exhale, you're gonna pull the arms down, step forward off the back foot, and bring the right knee up. Good, do that 4 more times. Inhale, step back. Exhale, step forward, pull the arms down. 3 more, inhale, really use the arms. Exhale, 2 more, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, and then you're gonna hold it here. Flex that left foot, pull the knee way up. We're gonna do 5 more knee circles, each direction with the left knee this time. Let's go out to the side, back, down, and around. Up to the front, out to the side, back, down, and around. 3 more. Your arms go wherever you need for balance, even maybe to a wall. Breathe. 2 more. And last one. And we switch 5 times the other way. Good, go as big as you possibly can in all directions. I know this is tough stuff. Good, 2 more. Last one. And then we're gonna come into figure 4, standing figure 4. So if I turn to the front, it looks like this. Left ankle crossed on top of the right thigh. You can either stay standing up, or you can squat down a little bit, bringing your hands either to the wall nearby or to your legs. You could go lower and bring your elbows to your top leg, or fold forward and bring the fingertips to the ground. Let your head go. We're going to take 5 breaths here with a nice soft face, relaxed jaw. Inhales and exhales moving through the nose. A nice job. Feel this nice stretch in the left hip. I know there's still a lot of hard work going on, but feel the good big stretch here, and then we'll do the other side. A little different, I should say. So let's come back upright. Same way that you came in, you're going to come out. Rise all the way up. Step back to high lunge. Left leg to the back of the mat. I know we've got some tricky movements today. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands to the ground. You're going to take your right foot, wiggle it over to the left side of the mat, and then come down onto your right knee, onto the outside of the right knee. This is your pigeon stretch. Scoot the back foot back a little bit, set the back knee down, come down onto your elbows. Your right shin should be at an angle here. Probably not straight toward the front of the mat. It's also not tucked underneath your right hip. You've got your right shin at about a 45-degree angle probably. You're either down on your elbows then, or you've got your palms stacked and you're resting your head. Whatever it takes to make this feel just right in your body. Maybe you roll onto the right hip, even if it looks a little cattywampus in the body here. Maybe you roll all the way onto your right hip just because it feels more supported. You should feel a nice big stretch in the right hip, but if it doesn't feel good, back out a little bit. This is a big, intense stretch, so take it easy. No need to push too hard. Let's take another breath or 2. And then when you're ready, press back up to your palms. You're going to tuck your back toes under, scoot the back knee forward, and we're going to step back into a downward facing dog. Woo, all right, you're going to pedal the feet and just feel the big difference between the right and left legs. All right, we're going to even it out, balance it out. So let's take the left leg up to the side. And then 5 circles, you're going to bring the left knee toward your left armpit, come all the way forward, out to the side, up, and again, forward, out to the side, back, and then forward again. Out to the side, back, here's circle number 4 to the chest, out to the side, up and back. Last one, out to the side, up and back, and then we switch, go out to the side, forward to the chest, and then swing it straight back and up. Out to the side, to the chest, back and up. 3 more times. Make those circles as big as you possibly can. Really getting into the full range of motion for that left hip. Good. Last one. Keep the breath flowing. When the leg goes straight back and up, take a breath in. As you exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Come up slowly to high lunge. All right, take your time coming up, finding your balance. Arms go up overhead if you can. We'll take a breath in here, brace the belly. As you exhale, arms pulled down, step off the back foot, bring that right knee up in front of you. 4 more times. Inhale, step back to high lunge. Exhale, pull that right knee forward. Inhale, 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Hold it here at the front. Squeeze the right glute, right knee comes high. 5 circles out to the side, back, down and around, up, out, back and around. Good, 3 more, keep breathing. 2 more. And last one. And we switch, go back, out, forward, and again. Back, out, forward, 3 more times. Keep the breath flowing in and out through the nose. I know this is tough stuff, you're doing a great job. Last one. And then we come into figure 4, right ankle over left knee this time. So again, from the front, it looks like that figure 4 number. You can either stay standing up tall, or you could start to squat down and bring your hands to the top leg. You could go lower, bring the elbows to the top leg, or fold forward, fingertips to the ground, let the head go. 5 breaths right here. Last breath. And then we've got to transition to pigeon pose. Come up straight the way that you came in. Come up to stand, reach the arms up, slowly step that right foot to the back of the mat for high lunge. Big breath in here, nice. Exhale, hands to the ground, and then wiggle your left foot over to the right side of the mat for that same pigeon stretch. Push the right knee forward, come down onto the shin, scoot the back leg backward. Again, your front shin should be at an angle here. You can come onto your elbows if you'd like. You can stack your hands, rest your head, or anything else that would make you comfortable here. Some people like to stretch the arms out in front. Some people like to stay up on the hands, the fingertips the whole time. Whatever works best for you. Let's take a few more breaths. Let's take 2 more. And then we'll come back up to the palms. Tuck the back toes, scoot the back knee forward. And then you'll step gracefully back into downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet a little bit, feeling the difference, or maybe the balance between the left and right legs. We're gonna make our way through this exact same flow, this same sequence of movements one more time. We'll go a little faster through it, so it won't be quite so intense as the first time, and it'll be a little more familiar to you this time, so you won't have to think so much about every movement, every transition. It'll be a little easier this time around. Let's take the right leg up to the sky, and then we'll do 5 knee circles one direction. You can go a little faster this time. Make those circles still just as big. So don't lose any of the quality here. Switch directions. Don't lose any of the quality, but maybe just go a little more smoothly, a little more quickly. Good, we'll go back to 3-legged dog with a big breath in. As you exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Come to high lunge. Inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna step off the back foot, pull the arms down, balance. Inhale, back to high lunge. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, step forward. 2 more. Inhale, use the arms, exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, hold it here. Left knee is gonna circle 5 times one direction. You pick which direction, but make those circles nice and big. Keep breathing. Good. After your 5th one, switch directions. Again, maybe going just a tad quicker without losing any of the quality, any of the control. Holding onto a wall or something for balance if needed. And then after your 5th one, we'll come to figure 4 stretch. Standing, squatting down, or folding forward, your choice. 5 breaths right here. See if you can breathe straight into your hips. With every exhale, soften, relax just a little more. On your next breath in, you're gonna come back upright, all the way to high lunge, really nice and slow with that transition. As you exhale, bring your hands to the ground. For pigeon, wiggle the right foot to the left side of the mat, come down onto the shin, wiggle the back foot backwards, and then come down slowly into your sleeping pigeon on your elbows or your hands or any other position of your choice. 5 breaths in and out through the nose. When you feel satisfied here, you can come back up onto your palms. We'll make our transition back to downward facing dog. Tuck your back toes, scoot the back knee forward, and then gently lift up and back. Pedal out the feet a couple of times. Taking nice big deep breaths here. And then we'll go through on the left side, last round. Left leg all the way up to 3-legged dog. And then you pick the direction. We'll go 5 knee circles one way and then 5 the other way. You can go a little faster than the first round. But again, keeping the quality. Making those circles as big as you possibly can in every direction. Good, switching, going 5 the other way. And then back up to 3-legged dog, inhale. Exhale to step your left foot between your hands. Come up to high lunge, big breath in, nice and controlled. Exhale, pull the arms down, step the back knee forward and up. Inhale, gracefully back to high lunge. Exhale, pull the arms down, right knee forward. 3 more times, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, holding here. 5 knee circles, each direction. Right knee goes. You pick the direction. Make those circles as big as you can. Good. Keep the breath flowing. After 5, switch directions, go the other way 5 times. See if you can keep your face relaxed, jaw relaxed. Don't lose the quality. Don't make those circles, or don't let those circles get smaller at the end. You've got it. Good. After 5, we'll come to figure 4, right ankle over left knee. Either standing tall, hands to the leg, top leg, elbows to the top leg, or folding forward. 5 breaths, whatever position you choose. Good, last breath here. And then you'll come out the way you came in, very slowly rising up. Back to high lunge, inhale. Nice job, exhale, hands to the ground. Find your pigeon. Wiggle the left foot to the right side of the mat. Drive the knee forward, come down to the shin. Maybe scoot the back leg back. And then come down for your sleeping pigeon when you're ready. Take your time settling in. There's no rush, no urgency, nowhere to be. Nowhere to be except in your body right here, right now. 5 deep breaths. Again, on each exhale, see if you can feel your body relax, especially your hips, just a little bit more. So instead of going back to downward facing dog this time, you're going to come up onto your hands. We're going to come to a seated position. You're going to sit onto your left hip, kind of roll onto your left hip. Bring the right foot to meet the left foot. Soles of the feet connect, knees wide. So this is our Baddha Konasana stretch, bound angle or butterfly stretch. You can pull those feet in close to the inseam of the pants. Sit up nice and tall, holding onto the feet or the ankles, whatever you like. Either sitting up tall and just staying here if it feels good, or folding forward over the legs if you'd like. We'll take 5 breaths here. As you're ready, sit back up. You're going to take your feet up to that 90-90. Remember when we did windshield wipers at the beginning? So take your feet out wide, knees at about 90 degrees. Lean back on your hands. Let's do a few more of those windshield wipers with the 90-90 legs. Both knees at about 90 degrees. Back and forth. Noticing how it feels now compared to when we did this at the very beginning of our practice. Hopefully just a little more open at this point. Maybe a little sweatier, but at least a little softer, a little more open now. And now next time that your knees go to the left side. So both knees drop to the left. If you look down, you should see, I don't know what this looks like, but you should see your left knee at a 90-degree angle, right knee at a 90-degree angle. So you've got this really boxy shape. You can even flex both feet if you want. You're going to turn yourself over the left leg. This is really similar to our pigeon stretch that we just did, but a little bit different. You're going to see how it feels a little different. You're going to fold straight over the left thigh, any amount. So you might stop here, you might come lower, you might come all the way down to the elbows or rest the head on the hands. We're going to take 5 breaths here. Trying your best to stay rooted through the legs. If there's any pinching, any discomfort anywhere that's not just a normal stretch, maybe come up, readjust, and then try it again. Re-enter kind of from a different angle. Sometimes just twisting the spine a little bit. We're leaning down to one side helps that. You know your body better than anyone else, and your body's really intelligent. So listen to the intuition, the wisdom of your body. It knows what to do, I promise. You just listen. Feel free to keep exploring here. Otherwise, if you're ready, sit back up, keep the legs where they are. You're going to turn yourself directly toward your left foot now. So you're looking and facing the left foot, and you're going to fold toward that left foot now. So you get a little different angle in your stretch. It should feel a little different here. Your hands can come down. You can bring them kind of onto the leg, whatever you'd like to do. Some people like to take their left elbow onto their left knee. Give it a little push down toward the ground. And if you're not feeling much stretch, try it 2 different ways, I'm going to say. Try it with a rounded spine, head dropped. And then try it where you sit back up a little bit, pull the chest forward so you've got a really long spine. Push the chest toward the foot. Maybe even pull the head back. Little different sensation in those 2. If it's feeling good, stay here. If you're ready for the next stretch, come back upright, keep the legs. One more here on this side. You're going to turn toward your right thigh or your right knee. See if you can turn yourself as far as possible toward the right knee. And you might just have to sit up here with the hands on the ground or on the leg for support, because this is a lot of internal rotation for this right leg. So might be a good stretch right where you are, or you can fold forward a little bit over that leg and see where it feels best. So this is kind of an awkward stretch, not such a picture perfect pose, Instagram worthy stretch, but it feels really good. It's so nice for the hips. Let's take a couple more slow breaths here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and sit back up, lean back on your hands behind you. And we'll do a couple of windshield wipers to reset, and then we'll do those same 3 stretches on the other side. Good. Just feeling all the sensations in the hips. Staying really present in the body. And then next time that your knees go to the right, so to the other side, you're going to leave them there. Make sure you've got that 90-90 position. Both knees at 90, feet maybe even flexed. You can scoot yourself as much as you need to find that right position. And then you're going to turn yourself to face the right thigh. When you're ready, you'll fold straight forward over the right thigh, over the right knee, coming down just as low as your body wants to let you go. Not pushing it, not forcing it in any ways that don't feel good. And as you settle in, if there's any pinching or clicking in the hips, you can kind of sit back up, lean into it from the side, and then turn down. Kind of just play and adjust and explore. And see where your sweet spot is. There's always kind of a good spot in there. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of work to find it. A couple of breaths here, in and out through the nose. See if you can unclench your jaw. And then if you're feeling really good where you are, just stay there. No need to move on if you're feeling a really good stretch. If you're ready for the next stretch, you can sit back up, turn yourself to face your right foot, and then fold toward that right foot. Any amount that feels good. Maybe with the right elbow on the inside of the knee, maybe with the hands on the ground or somewhere else. We'll take a couple of breaths here. With each exhale, feel your hips relaxing, opening, softening just a little more. Once again, if you're feeling good where you are, stay there. If you're ready for the next stretch, sit back up, turn yourself toward your left knee. So you're going to either sit straight up facing the left knee or fold a little bit over that left thigh. It doesn't take much. Doesn't take much. This is a pretty intense position. Be gentle with yourself. No need to fold really far over that leg. Remind yourself one more time to unclench the jaw. Soften the belly, soften the neck and shoulders, fingers and toes. When you soften your fingers and your toes, notice how that makes your hips feel. Usually, if we just relax the jaw, fingers and the toes, these other parts of the body that we don't think are so involved in the stretch, but they're all tensing up and kind of holding on to the tension that we feel in the stretch. As soon as you relax the fingers and the toes, then all of a sudden the hips have this kind of freedom to relax as well. When you're ready, come on up and out, lean back on the hands. We'll do a couple more windshield wipers. And then last stretch here before we relax, we're gonna do, actually last 2 stretches, we're gonna do a double pigeon. So we did a single leg pigeon before, you remember that one. Double pigeon, or also known as fire log pose, involves the shins stacked. So So you're gonna take your legs into a triangular position with one heel on top of the opposite knee and the knee on top of the heel. Even if there's a lot of space between them, and you may need to start somewhere like here, somewhere with lots of space between the knee and the bottom foot, you can lean back on your hands or against a wall. If you feel comfortable enough to sit up with your hands on your lap, you can go there. If you feel comfortable enough to even fold forward, you can do that as well. So feel free to take some time settling in. This is a big one for the hips. Be gentle, be patient with yourself. The good news is this is one that if you practice it 2 or 3 or 4 days in a row, you'll notice a lot of visible progress right away. Sometimes our stretches in yoga, we don't see much progress and it can be really disappointing. But this is one that if you try it a couple of days in a row, you will see a lot of progress, I promise, because these little muscles holding the hip joints, they're tiny, so they scream really loud at you. You can probably feel that here. They talk really loudly. They get really angry with you when you stretch them, but once they've been in it for a while, they soften up really quickly. Because they're small muscles. The hamstrings, the quads, some of the bigger muscles in the body take a lot of time and a lot of practice to relax. But this one, you'll see progress quickly. Let's take another breath or two. And then when we go to switch sides, you can either just directly switch sides or you can stretch your legs out a little bit in between. I know this one is a lot. So do what you need to do. Switching sides. Heel on top of knee, knee on top of heel. As you look down, it should look like the shins are stacked right on top of each other, even if, again, there's space between them. So the top heel isn't on the calf, it's not up on the thigh. You'd see kind of a lot of angles with the legs here, but you should see a perfect triangle as you look down. And again, either leaning back on your hands or on a wall, sitting tall with your hands on your lap, or folding forward. Wherever you find yourself, take a few deep breaths, going through that same checklist as before, unclenching the jaw, softening the face, neck and shoulders, hands and feet, fingers and toes. Let's take your last breath or two on this side. And when you feel ready, gently sit back up, stretch your legs out long in front of you. If you're turned sideways on the mat, you can turn the legs long on the mat. Shake the knees out a little bit, maybe roll the ankles a little bit. We'll sit nice and tall. Reach the arms up overhead, big breath in. As you exhale, fold forward over your legs any amount that feels good. You do not have to reach your feet. You can let the hands fall wherever they naturally want to fall, whether it's on the legs or the ground, ankles or feet. With each breath in, I want you to see if you can grow a little bit longer through your spine. With each breath out, I want you to see if you can fold just a little bit deeper. Last breath. As you're ready, gently sit back upright. Maybe scoot the hips a little bit forward and then lay down onto your back. All right, bring your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg out long. Press the back of your left leg against the ground as you roll the right ankle 5 times in each direction. Let your head be heavy. Give that right knee a good squeeze into the chest. Keep the breath flowing. As you're ready, we're going to come into a spinal twist. You'll open up your right arm to the side. Take your right knee into your left hand. Roll it over across the body to the left side of your mat. And then settling in here. If it's too intense in this position, you can bend the left knee to match the right knee so that the legs are both bent instead of the bottom leg stretched out long. Take a couple of breaths, a couple of moments here, letting the body start to relax, get heavy, preparing for your final resting pose. If you're ready, let's do the same twist on the other side. Come back to center, bring your left knee into your chest, extend your right leg long. Give the left knee a good squeeze into the body. Press the back of the right leg down against the ground. Roll your left ankle 5 times one direction, 5 times the other direction. And then take your left knee into your right hand. Open up the left arm to the side. Roll the left knee across the body to the right side. Rolling onto the outside of your right hip. You can stay in this position with the right leg long, or you can bend both knees so that they are stacked. Whenever you're ready, gently make your way back to center. You can either take your final resting pose, your Shavasana, with your legs stretched out long, arms by your sides, palms facing up. Or you can bend your knees, place your feet on the mat, and let your knees knock into each other gently in the center. Whatever feels more comfortable for you, more relaxing. Close down your eyes. Take a little swallow, relax your throat. Unclench your jaw. Wiggle the jaw a little bit from side to side. Relax all the way from the jaw down the sides of the neck into your shoulders, chest and upper back, belly and lower back. Let your arms and your legs get heavy. Hands and feet soft. Relax all 10 of your fingers and all 10 of your toes. Feeling one last time for this practice, feeling your connection to the earth below, that magnetic pull, the connection between your body, your heart, and the fiery, flaming core of the earth, pulling you in, sending energy up, nourishing, feeding your body with consciousness, with life, force. Feeling so alive, but so at ease, so restful. Completely relaxed from head to toe. Staying in your Shavasana, your final pose, in your relaxation for as long as you'd like this evening, or whenever you happen to be practicing with us. Stay for 5 or 10 breaths, 5 or 10 minutes, or go straight to bed, right to sleep, drifting off deeply into relaxation. you so much for sharing your day and your practice with me. The light and the love in me honors the light and the love in you. Namaste.